So we got the kickers, CSC 67s, rated at 100 watts, RMS for speaking. So those ones go on the front deck. The rear deck already done. So I'm gonna take off the front panel, door panel, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Next up, we got the kicker tweeters, the CSTs 20. Those are rated at 50 watts RMS per tweeter. So we're gonna throw those in the door too and replace the tweeters. Alright, so first thing first, what we want to do is remove the little panel thing that's up here. Now be careful, never grab it from the back because you'll break the tab that's going in the door that way into the panel. So what you want to do is pull this back, go behind here, kind of pry back. Next thing you want to do is take this panel up right here. So you want to put it between here, raise it up a little bit by a little bit. Get a better angle. Come back here. Carefully scratch up your leg. Things can be a pain in the ass sometimes. But like I say, be careful and patient. You get it out. By the thing, the driver door thing just has little clips in it. Go. So back here, you got these 3 little wires, which is your CAN wires, car aerial network wires. Unplug that, put it to the side. So next you want to do is untighten these 2 screws. This screw up here. I think there's a couple of them down here. You got 1 that's down here, 2. Now the back door is the same way, but except for the bottom screws, you just only have 1. So let's go ahead and get our drill bits out. I think the top one up here is 10mm. If I'm correct, yes sir. It's a 10. We're going to go ahead and unbutton that. And the process is the same as far as the passenger door. So, let's see the next one. I guess the little skinny ones, I think it's a 5.5mm. Let's see if I can find that one. It might be a straight 7 going forward. 6, no, it's a 5. So, like I said, 5.5mm. Got to get these 2 out and the bottom one's under the door. So that's correction. The one under the door could be a 6. That's why I'm pulling out a 6. Nope, it's not a 6. So next thing up, it's a 7. Like I said, Ford always uses 7. And that is it. A 7 it is. Alright, so next thing is next is we're gonna pry the door all the way around so it comes up, pull it off, pop the door handle cable off, and I think it's 2 cables behind it, one for the lock and one for the tweeter. Actually 3, because you got one for your LED light. We got 2013 through I think 19, 20, whenever they stopped making them. So let's go ahead and do that and get to the speaker. I found a point where pull it. Like that. Just gotta find a point where you can get your hand behind it and pull it. Pretty sure somebody got a neat tool somewhere where they can just put behind it without scratching the car and pry it. Once you do that, get it off the panel and get it off the door. Now, like I said, you're gonna have wires behind here. Like I said, you gotta take the cable off. 3 cables that's plugged into it. As far as the door lock, the lights, the door lock light, and the tweeter. So I'm going to sit it right here. So it's a tab right here that you got to push back, and it should come up like so, like that. A couple more tabs. That's the door lock switch. And the tweeter. And we have the harness for the door lock light. And voila, that's it. So once you got those off, you expose to the speaker. Just a note. I'm gonna drop that down some. Alright, just a note. The difference between the rear door and the front door is the wires harness. The back door only going to have 2 of them that's jacked in compared to the front doors. It's going to have 4 wires, being because the 2 thicker ones that's coming from the radio, and the 2 middle smaller ones are going straight to the tweeter. So let me see where the tweeter plug at. So the 2 gray and orange ones, that's for the tweeters, which is this harness right here. So don't be alarmed when you see it like, you know, between that wires. So you'll be good, but I'm gonna show you a way how to put it in without even cutting these. So first thing we want to do is unplug it. I think it's still the 7mm that we used to take the door thing out. Yep. So 7 it is. Take it out. Same thing with the passenger side. Gonna do the same. comes out like that. Pain ass. Okay, there we go. One whole speaker. Now, do save this because we're gonna use the bracket. We're gonna pull the speaker out. Back here, we're gonna cut the tabs out. We're gonna do some soldering and pop the speaker back in. Now, what I do recommend, if you do get the same setup as I got, is the 6.5 versions. That way, just cut the tabs out, nice and even without trimming this out. And the 6.5 will just drop straight in there easily. And just drill it in. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and pop this other one out. Alright. So, step 2. After getting these out, one thing I want to point out, with these speakers, they got the cheap magnet. And of course, paper baffle. So first thing first, what we're going to do is get your razor. What we're going to do is we're going to trim this out so we can basically pull it out. So let's go ahead and do that. Once you do that, you should be able to just pull it up. So, just like that. So all this will be exposed. Only thing we're left with is a speaker slider. So we're gonna cut these little brackets out right here for the speaker. That way we can mount it and cut these wires that's going to the leads. So start off chopping wires with the leads off. And next we're going to move on to these, clipping these out. Stay close. Just like that. You can remove the whole speaker. Like I said, stay close to the edges. That way, hopefully, y'all get the 6.5 where y'all can just drop it straight in, screw it down, no issues, and just pop it back in the door. But like I said, in my case, I have the 6 3/4, so I'm gonna have to trim some of this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pluck this other one out. We're gonna throw it in the oven so we can take all this insulation off and get these speakers in. You got tweeters, like I said, the CST 20s. Take them out the package. Let's see what we got first. Tweeters out. Let's go ahead and unbox it. Oh. Man, these are a beast to get out. Alright, so we have crossovers. Now, by looking at what I seen in the car, we want to solder these in for a good connection. So we're going to have to cut and solder. So let's go ahead and drop these tweeters in, and we'll do that last on the list. Alright, start passenger door back up. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna drop our tweeter in, see if it fits in flushly, or do we have to do some modifications? Look like we don't. Well, look like it goes straight in. So maybe apply some pressure. Oh, there we go. Fits right on in like a glove. So, like I said, the CTS20 on the fusion door, pretty good. So we're not gonna do no modifications. Just pop in, which is a good deal. Looks great. Alright, so let's go ahead and get all this shaving off. Look at that, nice and flat. Put the speaker to drop into. So let's go and grab the speaker, line it back up. So it looks like this one. Oh, you got the tabs right here. Just follow the tabs, the little holes next to it. Pop it back in. I'm sorry. Screws back down. Oh, thought I lost it. Alright, there's that. Make sure the tape don't come off. That's why I'm zip tying it. Let's go for the tweeter. Let's go ahead and tie that up. It won't be in the way. Tighten these up like that. Get the extra click on it. Something like that. Way we only have this left. Put it directly straight into the tweeter. Alright, passenger door. Do the same treatment as the driver door. Some zip ties. Okay. So we really don't have too much room in these doors. New Fords. So zip tie this up like so. Alright. Black. Clarity. Like that. Paneling on. Door switch lock on. And harness. Put the cable in. Just like that. Back in. Alright. Put this back on. Just like that. Just make sure we got our little cable. Controls. Set. Click back in. Push in. Make sure everything click back in. Like so. Keep pulling off. Let's get that 10mm. Over tight. Let's do a 5. This is a 7mm. Over the bottom. That's it. Everything's sensitive again. Alright, that's in. So put the door controls in. Alright, so my camera went dead, of course. So doing it on my phone. Got the passenger panel back on. And I'm gonna go ahead and sound test it. Alright, so the end result with the CSC 67 winner paired with the CST 20, awesome. They both were great, actually. It's not an overkill. As far as upgrading from y'all seen that go to magnet speaker that the factory gives you, is a heck of a difference. I will, I will, I will recommend people to upgrade their speakers in their cars, especially if you got a Fusion, because it sounds amazing, over the top amazing. I don't know if I got this upside down. No, that's straight. So, as far as the review, you heard it. It sounds great. Bass response, I want to say, yeah, it's better than the factory ones. I guess my next video on these would probably be me adding an amplifier to it to see what the difference is, as far as would it give it more power, clarity. But until then, stay tuned. If you're a YouTube subscriber, hey, hit that subscribe button, get that thumbs up, so we can get more people on this. And also it helps the channel, of course. Until then, see y'all in the next video.